How you doing? Welcome in. Good evening to you. How you feeling tonight? How's it going, everyone? Welcome in. I'm trying to set up my live for TikTok. Thank you for liking the live. Let's see. There we go. Thank you guys for liking the live. How was everybody's day? Thank you, Michael. I appreciate the compliment. How was your day? How you doing? How was your day, Michael? Where are you tuning in from? Coco, welcome in. How's it going? How you doing? How you feeling? JR, welcome in. Big Game James, how you doing this evening, James? Sean, how's it going? Welcome in, guys. I'm dual streaming tonight. I'm on TikTok and YouTube. How was everybody's day? What did everybody have for dinner? Okay. You from California? What part of California are you from? AG, welcome in. Cooking. What is it, James? Thank you for the roses and welcome in. I'm not gonna be on for very long tonight. I just got back in from a long trip. Bay Area? Oh, okay. No, I'm not Sanaya Lathan's sister. How are you? Pork roast. Oh, okay. Bay Area. I used to live around the Bay Area, San Leandro and Novato, many years ago. And I also lived in like Southern California, Palm Springs area. I still have family over there. Thank you, Aunt. I appreciate that. Ma'am, how's it going? Thank you, Aunt, for liking the live. Man. Yeah. She left the door open. I'm doing good. Yeah, close the door, babe, so that the dryer won't sound so loud. Thank you. Sheila, how you doing? Pete, welcome back in. How are you, Pete? Up next with Lamar, how's it going? Thank you, James. Thank you, James, for the love glasses. James, did you have a good day? I'm having a good weekend. Me and my girls, we just got back from a road trip. I did a lot of driving today, so I'm not going to be on for very long tonight, but I just wanted to come on and hang out for a little bit. We're sitting out in the country hills. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. What's the temperature there right now, James? What's the temp there? It was hot today in Texas. It was 101. We went to Austin in the middle, so it's a few hours away, 4 hours away. Sheila, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful night and you have a good Sunday tomorrow. I appreciate you stopping by. God bless you and your family. I hope everybody's doing well. Brent, how you doing, darling? Yeah, we went to Barn Springs, went to a couple of our favorite spots. Thank you, Brent, for the good popularity. How you doing, Brent? I'm not gonna be on for very long, Brent. I just want to come on for a little bit. 66 degrees, sitting by the campfire. That sounds so lovely. That sounds so lovely. 66 degrees sounds mighty nice. Shepherd Fit, welcome in. Happy to be here. Thank you, Brent. How was it? How was your day? How did the service go? How was the service? Brent, thank you for liking the live. James, thank you for the roses. Thank you so much, James. Thank you, James, for the roses. So, past couple days I haven't uploaded my little talks with Tabby. But I'm thinking, because today, this past weekend, being on a little trip, it got me thinking about people and how they are unaware of their surroundings. How you doing, TJ? And I don't know, it's something I want to talk about. So I think I'm gonna do a little series on how to just be a better person. DJ Ty Brown, how's it going? Super fan Mike, how you doing? Thank you, TJ. How are you? How was little Travis's first week back at school? Batman, welcome in. Scroll up. Ooh. Only had to break up one fight. Really? Now we know how it goes down when it comes to our funerals. People like to act up. User 992, how's it going, Mike? How you doing? It goes down like that. That's a success for my family. Dang. Was it bad? Was it inside the church or was it at the cemetery? EJB, how you doing? Welcome in, sir. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. I see you on YouTube. Zizu, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo has estado? Thank you, EJB, for the hard knee. The Yoga Love School, he started his evening with violence. Oh, okay. The church, but they took it outside. Man, that's... Jeez. Bien cansada. Pero bien. Yeah, they with me. We just got back from our little road trip. We were gone for a couple days. We left Thursday afternoon. Around noon we left. And then we just got back. The cost didn't have to do too much. Well, that's good. You know how when black folks have a funeral and then afterwards the people that didn't go, they be like, so how it go? How was the funeral? And you know what they asking about. Thank you, Zizu. You know what they're asking about. So how was the funeral? I'm doing good. I'm asking, when somebody asks, they're asking who was there, who all showed up, who all didn't show up, who acted up. Didn't have to use backup. Yeah. So how was it? How you gonna ask how the funeral was? But you know, we acted looking for the drama. Now, usually I'm the one getting asked because I usually go to all the funerals. I'm usually the one that'll show up. Code for was there drama? Yeah. You've only been to a funeral once? Really? Wow. I've been to so many. My family, friends, family. If you invite me, I'll go. Be supportive. If you let me know, I'll go. You was very little? Yeah. You didn't even know who it was for? Yeah, if I get invited, I'll go. Somebody let me know, you know. I'll tell y'all. I'll be home in 10 minutes. Man, I'm convinced that Texas traffic all over is just terrible, and we have some of the most aggressive drivers that there is. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, sometimes like I'll go with my mom. She'll be like, I'm going to so and so's funeral. Can you go with me, or where you go? I'll be like, yeah, I'll go. Going to everyone else's funeral, but canceled your own. I said, nope, not today, Jesus. Not today, God. How you doing, Mr. Big Hand? Mikey always got people funny. Yeah, I said, no. So, you want to hear something kind of eerie while we talking about funerals? When I was younger, I had a dream that I went to the cemetery and I seen where I would my little headstone, and I remember reading my name, but when I woke, and I remember reading my last name, but when I woke up, I couldn't remember the dates or my last name. But that was before I had my near-death experience. So I know that was it was my time to go, but God allowed me to be here. But I remember that. So in the dream, I didn't know that I was, like, I guess deceased or whatever. And I don't know why I felt the need to go to the cemetery. But I remember that I knew where to go. I knew exactly where to go. And I went, and I was in the cemetery, and I remember looking at the headstone. And I was young. I wasn't an old woman, so I was young, younger than I am now, about the same age I was when I had my near-death experience. And I remember looking at my little headstone and reading off my name and looking at the dates. So, but praise God, I'm still here. I didn't see, well, in the dream, I was me, and then I went to the cemetery. I didn't see myself deceased or anything, but I knew I was there. Like, I knew, in the dream, no one told me where to go. I don't know, I can't remember it because it's been many years. But I knew to go to the cemetery. Now, on the way to the cemetery, I don't think I realized what I was doing, or that I was in fact going to see where I was laid to rest. But when I got there, I remember reading it, and I saw the dates. But when I woke up, I couldn't see the dates. Yeah, I had a near-death experience, but they trying so hard to show. The movie always depicts a dead person, also in my mind. Now, when I had my near-death experience, I knew what was happening. I knew what was happening, and I was trying to control it. I kept telling myself to wake up. I was like, wake up, Tabitha, you gotta wake up. And then, so, JR, it happened with the birth of my youngest daughter. And while I was in labor with her. And it's like, so I told you guys that I felt like my vision went out, and then my hearing went out. And I just felt myself being pulled up. And I just kept going up, and it was happening very, very rapidly. And I guess, I don't know, but I reached the limit after going so far up that I knew I wasn't in this, yeehaw, I knew I wasn't here anymore. It's just in my spirit, I knew I wasn't here. And I remember telling myself, like, I can't believe this is how I'm going to go. I'm 29 years old. I can't believe this is how my life is going to end. So I knew what was going on. Yeah, I knew what was going on. How you doing, Papa Daddy? Bobby, welcome in. But I've thought about that many times because I wasn't thinking, no. Thank you, Mike. I'm doing good there, Roy. I thought about, you know how I was being pulled up and I didn't have no control over it. I thought about what happens when people are pulled the opposite way and they don't have no control over it. That must be a very scary thing to experience. Because just like I knew where I was going, I knew what was going on. How, if you're being pulled the opposite way, you must kind of have like an idea of what's going on. And that must be very scary. Death is scary in general. I wouldn't say I wasn't scared, but I had so many reasons to still be here. Still, I'm not. I've never been afraid of death. I wasn't at the time. I still am not. It just, with the experience in that, it makes me really appreciate life. I think about death pretty often, pretty regularly, and but it's not something I'm afraid of, you know. Every time, how you doing? Scared of it, but I put my trust in God. You don't have to be afraid of death, especially if you have a relationship with God. You don't need to be afraid. Your body may die, but your spirit, it lives. The sensation of being pulled up may be down or vice versa. What do you mean, TJ? My biggest fear was the end of Tales from the Hood when they saw where they were. Yeah, that one was pretty scary. That one kind of, I don't know, it creeped me out a little bit. Cap, thank you for the heart me. What were you saying, TJ? Melissa, how you doing? Amadou, how's it going? Seeing your own tombstone. It was. I was pretty freaked out when I woke up, but I just prayed. I prayed about it. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. Just today I learned about tablet. Did you really? Did you just really? Usually I have a sign that I hang up, a little neon sign, but did you ever have that dream again? No, I didn't. That was a long time ago. I do have some very vivid dreams, but I haven't had one like that. Man, something bit me on the back of my leg. I don't know where that came from. Just saying our concepts may be correct. Just saying our concepts may be correct or wrong. We only know what we've been taught. I didn't even catch everything that you said, TJ. Saying horrible dreams since childhood. That's not good, JR. Have you prayed about it? Thank you, Barbed Wire. I appreciate that. How are you? Falling into a puddle. I see you too, Cap. How you doing, Barbed Wire? How is your ankle? Ray the mosquito. I don't know what bit me. I can't believe in God anymore. There's no evidence it exists. Well, that's where faith comes into play. You gotta have faith. Doing a lot better. I'm happy to hear that. Big Game James, welcome back in. We're not gonna know everything. We can't know everything. I believe in God. I'm a Christ follower. I don't think it's meant for us to know everything. I don't think we have the capacity as human beings to know everything, to understand everything. There's no way we could understand everything about God and His creation. You have faith in science? Well, to each their own, but I believe that science supports that there is a God, that there is a creator. But that's just, my belief. You can take it as that, just my opinion. How you doing, Sim? I believe that science supports that there is a God, a creator. Things are too complicated for it. For it just to happen. I always think that after we kick the bucket, God will give us the answers. I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. How are you? I don't know. I think if you look for reasons not to believe, you'll find them. You'll get your confirmation bias. But I think if you really want to know if God exists, He will reveal Himself to you. If you earnestly ask, and you really want to know, because you want to get to know Him if He is real, I believe that He will reveal Himself to you. How you doing, Philly Bell? Welcome in, sir, Mr. Ambassador. I've been a Christ follower since I was a little girl. 6 years. Well, I gave my life to Christ when I was 6, but I don't know is how far back, how young I was when I really started, like when I learned about God. But even as a small child, like even since I've been following Him for a majority of my life, I don't understand everything. I don't know everything, but that's where faith comes in, comes into play. I don't have to know everything to know that God is He's real, and He created me and created everyone that I love, and all the things I have in my life, all my blessings that I have is because He has allowed it. I don't believe, as good as I try to be, I don't believe that I can do any good on my own. It's because God has allowed me. It's because I know how to love. I know how to be good because of God. I don't think anybody is inherently good, but it's the Christ within us that we know how to, that we have this the desire, the will to want to do good. Simba. Nobody on this planet can prove that God doesn't exist. Just because you go through hard times, that doesn't disprove His existence. I agree. It was easy. All you had to do was open it too. Teresa, how are you? Philip say, look at all that hair. I get really confused when I read about different religions. Ask God to give you discernment. To give you discernment when you read. Now, I would say, I just said you can't give your life to God. He already owns you. You can choose to follow His will for your life. You can come into agreement with Him, or you can follow your own way. There's a lot of people that don't acknowledge God, that don't believe He exists, and they're following their own way. I've simply chosen to come into agreement and constantly seek His will for me every single day. That's what I mean by that. I would say this: what differentiates Christianity from other religions is that we believe that um, righteousness cannot be earned. Salvation can't be earned. It's just simply a gift. You accept it. There's nothing that we can do to earn it. I believe that. It's like I said, as good as I try to be, even on my best days, there's nothing that I could ever do to repay Christ for his sacrifice of giving his life for me. There's nothing that I can do to repay that. You believe in God. He wants you to depend on him. He wants you to give all your problems and worries to him. Amen, Teresa. I'm doing good, Tavarius. How are you? Some people believe that it's enough to be a good person. Some people would believe that, well, I don't believe in God, but I'm a good person. And although I understand that, but how do you know how to be a good person? How do you know what good is? I think we only know what good is because God has allowed it. God is love. Anything, kindness, compassion, all of that comes from God. And I think when people say, well, I'm a good person, you're taking away, you're not acknowledging who has given you that desire to want to be that way, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I think it's, like I said, as good as I try to be. Every day I wake up, I try to be the best that I can be. I try to love, have patience, show kindness, compassion, the fruits of the Spirit. But how do I know how to do that if it wasn't for God? And for me to, I feel like for me to deny that He is, I'm not giving credit to the one that has shown me and has given me the desire to be that way. All good things come from God. A lot of dreams I saw judgment. Then I saw, wow, Bobby. God, the one that ended up judging our behavior. I don't know. That's what I believe. That's take it as that. What I believe, Our concept of good, evil is just what we don't like, in my opinion. But God said you can't love everybody, but you can love some, but not all. Without Him, we have no ability to be what He calls good, like you said, We don't have it in, because we are born in a world of sin. We are born into sin. I don't think on our own. I really don't believe that we have the ability to be good on our own. His thoughts are not our thoughts, and His ways are our ways. How you doing, Dominique? So when I was little, I was a child at this time. I don't know how old I was. Maybe I was like middle school age. In the dream, I was somewhere. It's like, okay, when I realized I was in the dream, I remember it's like I opened my eyes and I looked around and I was somewhere up high. I don't know exactly where I was, but not so high up because there were buildings around. And I saw these beings like fighting, and they were huge, real huge. And they were separated, like they were two different colors. One was kind of like light pale, like a pale blue color, and the other one kind of had it wasn't red, but it kind of had like a pinkish hue to it. And they had those two colors on them. One was that blue color and the other was the other color. And they were fighting. And they were fighting real hard. Like they were going at it. And one would get knocked into a building and it would just completely take out that part of the building or the whole building, and it was just like a battle going on. And somewhere at some point in the dream, I realized that those were angels fighting, that they were battling against each other. Um, I don't remember all the parts of the dream, but I remember that bit. And I remember waking up from it and telling my mom. I'm so grateful that I had a mom that listened to me, that didn't dismiss my dreams or the things that I saw, because that happens with a lot of children. They tell their parents that they've seen stuff or they dream certain stuff, and the parents would dismiss it. I am very, very blessed that my mom didn't. She listened to me. She always listened to my dreams. She never dismissed the things that I told her. Light it up, how you doing? But I've always had vivid dreams. Some of the dreams don't make sense, and I pray. Sometimes I fasted. If I feel like the dream, God was really trying to reveal something to me, I would pray and fast. I've had the same dream multiple nights. Then I know like God really trying to reveal something to me. I think on average I have maybe 3 or 4 dreams in one night. And then I wake up and I'm trying to figure them out. But it's pretty much, I don't think I've ever had a night where I feel like I didn't dream. I always dream. I always remember my dreams. And like I said, I have multiple dreams. Do I ever get sick of dreams? No. I know that, sometimes it's just my subconscious mind, replaying or processing what happened during the day, but then sometimes I know it's God talking to me. Outside soon? I'll be back in the woods later on this week. I'm too tired to drive now. I did go to the tiny house today. I went to check on stuff, check on my plants and stuff, and check on the house. Life is very confusing. It can be. It's definitely not easy. Jane, thank you for liking the live. But you know what? It's a whole lot more confusing when you're not walking with God. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing, which I don't, but at least I can communicate with the one that does know what's going on. That's how I feel. Life is hard, but it's a whole lot harder when you're walking by yourself. I don't know what I'm doing, but I can talk to the one that is in control of all this, and I can ask him what to do. God, I don't know what to do. I need your help. I go to God like that all the time. God, I don't know what to do. I'm depending on you, God. Please lead me. Talk to me. Show me something, Heavenly Father. I be talking to him like that. God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm waiting on you. And I'm going to be still until you tell me which way to go. What I need to do. Okay? Not to know he made it even when he feel that I'm honest. TJ, thank you for liking the live. I'm on live. What you doing? You not tired? I don't know, but we've been out all day. You've been up, me and you've been up since early. We've been up very, very early. Yeah, I have two daughters. Two. One of them is right here. The youngest is right here. It's cool, right? They're home. You don't think it pretty? Ah, do no size. When people trying to get rid of God out of this world, that's what makes life hard. Thank you, JR. I seen the rapture, the end times. We're living in the end times. God can come anytime. Yes, He can come anytime. Detroit, how you doing? TJ, thank you for liking the live. Did you eat the rest of your food? You did? You still want to go bike ride? Okay. What time is it? 6 seconds. Give me like 15 minutes and I take you, okay?
Okay.
We've been in the car all day. I drove, what's that total? 300 and something miles? I don't know. We came from Austin, so I went to my tiny house, and then to over here, that's another, it's 300 something miles. And these chicks still want to go on a bike ride. What was that food earlier? No. It was, it's some type of Korean, like, dessert. It's like, those are mangoes on top. I don't know. You know the name of it? I got it. Yeah, I was in the shower. I don't know, but it was was the ice cream coconut? I don't know what the flavor was. I want to say it was, I don't know, but it was like, it's kind of like a snow cone, or maybe it was just plain cream. I don't know, but it was like shaved, real fine cream. And then they put the mango on top of it. It was so good. Yo tasted it. She was like, this is so good. But we have to keep the faith. I agree, JR. It was very, very good. Jay, how you doing? Coconut. It was really, really good. Texas is too big. It's very, very big. Felix, bro, traffic was so horrible. I think it was worse in Austin. It was really, really bad. Like, we went to some place. It was like 6 minutes away from where we were staying. Took us about 45 minutes. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You see, she scared me. I jumped. Marty made me jump. 300 miles, you're not out here? Well, I guess in Tugo. It take forever to get out of. So let me see. I've driven about 300 miles today. 300 something. Thank you, Marnie, scaring me. Come here. Come here, Marnie. Wait to breaking it. Come here. Come, up. My dog is ready. They want to see her. Marnie went berserk when she seen me. Wait till barking there, little girl. Marnie G. She just stole her kiss. Marnie G. Is a she. It is a she. Oh, her fur. Thank you for the love. Interpret dream. I wouldn't know what you do. I wouldn't say I interpret. I know how to figure, like, interpret mine, and I can kind of help, like, my daughter when she comes to me with a dream, and even my mom. But I wouldn't. I don't know. I would say maybe to some degree, but I don't know. I really don't like to claim that, but I guess I am able to some degree. But that's not by myself. Like, there's sometimes where I don't know, and I pray and I ask God to reveal to me what it is. You ain't like other girls that be putting all that different type of hair. I think any woman should do what they, feel makes them feel beautiful. Finally found out what happened. Oh, what happened? What happened, Jay? Caveman, welcome in. Natural. This is all my hair. It's a little frizzy right now, but this is all my hair. This is my hair. Marnie, what you doing, little girl? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You so pretty. Why you so pretty? Why you so pretty? Thank you, Prime. Why you so pretty, Marnie G? Oh, no. Why you do me like that? She snuck her one. Blood orange and pink before eclipse happened. Oh. Marnie G. He's so lovely. Marnie been having. I text my neighbor about how Ghost was one of the badly. She told me that her other neighbor. Oh, it's finna be a bad story. Tony, welcome in. That her cat got into it. Oh, were you able to kind of, um, were you able to put something on it that couldn't pull them apart? Oh, that makes me sad. Poor little Ghost. Carl Quick, how's it going? The her cat has gotten aggressive. Gospel music producer, welcome in. How you doing this evening? Dobby, how's it going? I thought someone had poured acid on him. Oh. Mr. Bro. Mr. Bro. It was so bad. Mm. When the animals injure themselves, it is so hard to, like, tend to the wound because they pick at it and they won't be still. Oh, man. Have you seen him today? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I'm doing well. I'm also blessed. Oh. Well, I think if you go to, I want to say, the animal shelter for, like, your county, they can give you a cage to trap him, and you can trap him and take him to the vet. You haven't seen him in 2 days. I pray he is okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jay. That's just, you know, I believe that everything in creation suffers because as the result of sin, you know. So that, you know, that's just something that happened because he's on the streets, you know, animals, they get into it. I'm so sorry, Jay. I pray that he is okay. So, Jay, I had my cat Ilse because I started crying. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, Jay, Ilse had a daughter, a black cat. She was a black cat. And when Ilse was pregnant, I prayed, I said, God, let at least one of them come out being with black fur. And she was the first one that came out. And I kept her, and we rehomed the others. Um, we kept two though, but Junia, she didn't like being inside. She didn't like being inside. She was more of an outdoor kitty than Ilse. Ilse comes in and out, and so did Junia. But Junia really liked being outside, um, especially in certain seasons. Well, she ended up being hit by a car, and I found her on the side of the road. And at first, I was like praying that that wasn't her. I went to look for her collar. I didn't see it, so I was like, okay, that's not her. But when she didn't come back home, I went back, and I had to walk almost a mile um, to go check her, and I realized it was her. And I was so heartbroken, and I was so sad, and I cried. I think I must have laid in bed and cried for a day. And oh, you look so pretty. Oh, it's not. Is it comfy? Did you wash it?
Yeah, I washed it.
Okay. It looks so nice.
Nice and
It's, yeah, it's cool. I like it. Yeah, I found her a nice little vintage sleeping gown. That's so funny. And and so back to the story. I was so heartbroken, and it's funny because like I don't know, maybe some days before I was talking to my mom about having the cats and being in the woods, and I told her I was like, I know that every time they leave, I know that that may be the last time that I see them, because there's just so many things out there that can happen to them. We have coyotes, it's just birds, large birds, there's so many things can happen. And I told her, I was like, I've had to make peace with it. I don't like it, but I've had to make peace with it. And I just try to love them and give them the best life that I can. And barn cats, their little lifespan is much lower than indoor cats. And so that happened maybe some days later. And I remember I was, you know, I went to retrieve her. I brought her back. I buried her, and I remember I was just so sad. and I remember praying, and I was just so heartbroken, and I was like, God, why did this had to happen? And I remember I had a dream. Um, I want to say the night before she passed away, and I didn't understand what the dream meant until after everything happened. And I remember praying, and I was like, God, why would you give me the dream and not show me what it meant? I could have prevented it. I could have done something. I could have kept her inside the house. And I was so upset, and God told me, He was like, I gave you the dream so you would realize that it was my will for it to happen, not for you to do anything about it. And so, although I still don't know what the reason that she had to go, I realized that, God has His reasons. And I'm constantly praying for all of my fur babies, so I know that if something happens, that's because God has allowed it to happen. Now, I don't say that without realizing that doesn't make it any less painful or easy, but I know that sometimes it's just I realize sometimes it's just in God's will. Now, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have Marnie. I was gifted Marnie like 2 days later after that happened. So I don't know if Junior had to go so that I can get Marnie. I don't know. I don't know God's reason for things, but I just trust that He knows what He's doing. And we love our animals, our fur babies, and God sees that, and He feels, the pain that we feel when we lose them or they suffer. TJ, thank you for liking the live. But we will pray for Ghost. Jay, I'm so sorry that he was injured. How you doing, Ronaldo? It's okay, Jay. It's okay. I pray that he's okay. Sometimes they get injured and then they get somewhere and they stay put and they just kind of sleep it off. He probably doesn't want to be up, moving around. If he's injured, they like to sit. They like to get somewhere and be still and just sleep. I know that's how Ilse is. Ilse and Marnie, the times that they have gotten injured for whatever reason, they just basically sleep it off. Marnie owes me for upsetting my dogs. They were asleep and now they're acting. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for this, bro. I'm so sorry. Gerald, thank you for liking the live. Kai, how's it going? Yeah, I made it home. Well, I'm not home, but I'm second home, I guess. Bye. Thank you for the rose. Marnie done woke your little crew up. She scared me. What time did I make it home? Okay, so I went to my tiny house. That was like around 4:20, and I watered my plants and stuff like that, and just took a little stretch, a little breather, and I got back on the road. I guess right before, I don't know, around 5 o'clock, and came all this way. There was traffic, and then the girls and I hadn't eaten much today, so we stopped and got some food, and then we continued on down the road. Marnie is in their food too. She sure does bark loud. Thank you, Kai. Yeah, but we made it home. I enjoyed spending the time with the girls, and they seemed like they enjoyed it too. They kept saying, "Mama, thank you for bringing this." Anytime we would go get something to eat, they'll say, "Mama, thank you for taking us out." They always say thank you. They're real good about saying thank you, Mama, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Kai, for the heart me. It's if not you whooped it, huh? No, I wouldn't. I don't whoop my girls. I don't put my hands on them. No. Yeah, but they had a good time. I took them to a little consignment store yesterday out there, and it's so funny because now that Yaya's older, I get to see my influence that I've had on her. And you guys know I like to wear my vintage dresses and stuff, and I have some nightgowns that I sleep in that are vintage. And what do you know? Yaya go to the little rack where they have like all the sleep stuff, and she found her this vintage nightgown. And she's like, "Mama, can I get it?" That's what she was showing me right now. And I'm just like, man, I know that she got that from me. I know that she got that from me. I can't do anything but just laugh. I can't do nothing but just laugh. About pololo with my home, I made baked chicken with potato salad, jalapeno peppers. Oh, that sounds good. I can't do nothing but laugh. She's 18, she in there wearing I don't know. I have to look it up to see exactly. If you look up the brand, you can kind of figure out. You can kind of put it like a timestamp on it. I gotta look at hers and see. But it's pretty. It's like a light blue color. It's nice. But I'm just like, when she saw it, she's like, "It's so pretty." My dad, we dress alike. Yo-Yo style is different. She likes band t-shirts, rapper t-shirts, graphic tees. She got a few t-shirts this weekend. My favorite is the sensitive gangster one. It's a white t-shirt and pink letters that say sensitive gangster. But she wore the oversized shirts and stuff like that. Sensitive gangster. That's what it says. Sensitive gangster. She was like, "Check my fit, Mama. Don't I look?" How did she say it? Don't I look real tough? That's how she says, like, "Mama, don't I look good?" She's like, "I look real tough." Did my mom ever wear dresses? No. My mom had a completely different style. Board skating? What do you mean boards? Like skateboarding? No, my mom, I don't really know where I get my style from, Felix Bro, because my mom, like now she kind of wears dresses a little bit. My mom likes comfortable clothing. She likes big t-shirts and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't think I dress like anybody in my family. My older sister, she doesn't dress like me. I don't know where I get that from. Skateboarding, yeah. Yo-Yo skateboards. She's pretty good at it. She's been skateboarding for some years. Yeah, roller skates. I roller skate. Yeah, my mom, she wears tennis shoes and jeans and like t-shirts. At church, she'll dress up, but like an everyday basis, she's like pretty casual. She don't like anything tight on her. She like comfy clothes. But I think she's always kind of like been like that. Like growing up and stuff, I don't ever. She would wear dresses to church, but I don't. It wasn't like an everyday thing. I don't think. How you doing, Sean? I don't think anyone I know dresses like you, but definitely no one in your family. Yeah, Sean has been knowing me since I was 14. He says that definitely no one in my family dresses like me. How you doing, Warren? going? Yeah, I don't know where I don't know where I get. I don't know where they come from. I got my own cool style. Thank you, Sean. You doing good, Warren? How's your daughter? Even when I started like getting into makeup and skincare and stuff like that, I had to kind of figure it out on my own because my mom didn't. She would wear lipstick, but that was about it. Yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday, JR. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear JR. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Sean, how you doing? How you feeling? How's it going? My family kind of took me to dinner. They kind of took you to dinner. Did you enjoy? So we're not going. You don't want to go for a bike ride, right?
What?
You don't want to go for a bike ride, right?
I do.
How you gonna do? You gonna change so that you can? You can't go like that because what if you get tangled up? No dresses on the bike, unfortunately.
I'm gonna change it for you.
Okay, I'm gonna take Yo-Yo first. Okay? Cause she gets sleepy quicker. How you doing, Halo? She's still in Florida. Mom should be. Oh, okay. With her mom, she should be home in another week. Took the rest of the night off work. Oh, you feeling okay, Sean? Have you been feeling okay? All right, guys. I'm gonna head out because I gotta take these chicks on the bike ride. Man, I've been in the car all day and they still want me to take them on a bike ride. What is that? Been doing pretty well. Oh, I bet you miss it, Warren. Yeah. Yo, you ready? Alright, guys. I will be back on tomorrow in the afternoon sometime. Yeah, taking on the e-bike. Thank you. Thank you for this, bro. I appreciate you. Alright, Mike and Brent, thank you to my moderators for keeping the live safe. Thank you, JR. I appreciate conversation tonight. If you're new here, I come on live every day in the morning and in the evening. I'll be back on tomorrow. I hope you have a good night. Make sure you brush your teeth and talk to God, okay? All right, Warren, thank you. Silencio, buenas noches. Igualmente, que Dios te bendiga. Ya me voy a ir. Corona, you caught me at the end of my live, but I'll be back on tomorrow. You can turn your notifications on. Yes, they are. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good night. Blessings, everybody. I send y'all my love. Jay, I will be praying for Ghost that he is okay. All right, guys. I send y'all my love. Good night. Dita, buenas noches. Ya me voy a descansar. Good night, y'all.